Welcome. My name is Thomas. I'm here to share this video about some possible training that may help people that's new to this industry get started. I have some people who didn't take an income tax course at all, but chose to invest in this industry with tax software and different tools and resources to help them do business with their clients that they're looking to go out and get for this upcoming tax season. So for people who hasn't invested in a course yet, what you want to do is the most inexpensive course you can invest in is through the local national chain tax firms like Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block, Liberty, and anybody else that fall into the local category that has a tax preparation course available that's designed to help you learn how to prepare individual 1040 tax returns. And so that's the most inexpensive way to get started. The second way is to take a course that's designed to help you learn basic comprehensive tax preparation skills or get a certificate or a license. The choice is yours on which level or which path you want to go down and how soon you want to do that. So in this video here, I'm going to give you some suggestions on how to use this site. This site here is created for people who work in the industry on a volunteer basis, where you hear about the different places you can go to and get your tax prepared for free, as long as you work and make under a certain dollar amount. These are the training that they use or have to have for themselves to be able to work in those low income clinics that service people for free. So with this here, they have a student level and a teacher's level. I suggest you use both. Uh, the certification path, we definitely want to start with basic. Select basic, student, click the button, link. And so this here are the topics, course topics we're going to take you through. So if you click on each link, it's going to guide you through until you get to it's going to guide you all the way through this by starting with filing statuses first and then all the way to the end. It may have some options to answer questions along the way. If you feel you can answer them, you can try it. Like, for example, skill check. You answer these here 5 questions if you like, if you want to test yourself. If not, under the student level, there's not too much you can really do with that. And then from there, you hit this arrow, skill check again, 2 more questions, the arrow. Now we have the dependents. You read this information about dependents. It has some more skill check answers, questions, and you hit the arrow, unique filing status. So basically, each section gonna have some skill check practice problems or scenarios for you to read and answer. So if you're brand new to this and you don't have a good foundation set for this, you won't be able to pass it anyway. You might luck up and get 1 or 2 right based on true or false, yes or no. But the bottom line is, you read this information here and you hit this arrow going to the next. Income and wages and interest. You read that here. Read this information. They got some skill check questions again, and then we hit the arrow. Boom. So they're gonna have skill check questions all the way through the training. And so once you've read all you need to read, income, retirement income, you read that, you hit that, boom. Income and employment compensation, boom. So a lot of these incomes, hopefully you're familiar with already because you worked and had these type of incomes for yourself, or you know people who have. And so if you're not trying to answer these skill check questions right now, then you just keep hitting the arrow, read this information up top, and keep it moving. Read this information up top, keep it moving until you finish all the way through the end. And then from there, you take notes if you really need to take notes, and then come back and try to answer some of the skill check questions from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you want to do that. And then the next thing we want to do is go to teachers. We want to do basic, but we want to do teachers this time. And we're going to hit the link. And so it's the same setup as far as topics and everything in the links, but the difference is this is a teacher. So what you want to do is hit this here, If you want to start from the very beginning all the way down, from 1 all the way through, you can. But for training purposes and video purposes, I'm going to start with 4, which is the 5 faculty statuses. And as a teacher, you have a lesson plan, so you can click on the lesson plan, and it's going to come up in this box, and it's going to give you the lesson plan. You can read through the lesson plan because it has more detailed information here about the 5 faculty statuses. And this here plan is what you really want to go with. So if you got enough ink and paper to print out certain aspects of this learning, do that. If not, just bring them up here and just read through each one, and you keep reading through each one, and take notes if that's going to help you learn it better. And then from there, you should be able to pass some of the skill check questions inside of the students section once you go back there. So if you go back there, the student section, you should be able to pass some of those. So the teacher section is set up differently because as a teacher, they're going to get them the information they need to be able to help their students with the curriculum. And then they have instructor's presentation. You can click on there to see what that's about. It's going to give you the 1040. It's going to give you about the filing statuses. So it's going to give you some more information when it comes to that from a presentational standpoint that you want to read as well. So you want to read both the lesson plan and the instructor's presentation. And then from there, you want to be able to go back and go into student mode and try to pass those skill check answers. And then from there, we hit the arrow. Boom. Personal exemptions. We read all this information on personal exemptions. Boom. And we keep hitting this arrow. And we keep hitting that arrow till we finish. And we keep reading all this information until we went all the way through the program, and you at the end when it comes to teacher mode. And then you can take this information that you read about and learned about and maybe took notes on and go back to the student mode, and the basic can be able to pass some of those skill check questions along the way, the test and guide and guide your progress. And so that's how I would use this here particular website when it comes to being a new student, not really having no foundation set, not really knowing anything, because 1, 2, 3 years is just an introduction to this. And based on how you came into this industry, either through a course through Jack and Hewitt H&R Block, it's still just an introduction, because what is being new to you, it hasn't grabbed on to you yet. It hasn't become a part of you yet until you start to do the work, until you start to do actual real people tax returns on an ongoing basis, that this starts to stick to you more and more and more. Certain aspects start to become part of who you are. You start to memorize certain things when it comes to, for example, self-employed people. The different codes for self-employed people is a 6-digit code that we do so many of these throughout the year on an annual basis every year, that we start to memorize codes like daycare, which is 624410. And I'll see you in my next video.